Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. Today is day 4 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. And today we're going to be talking about the 3 L's, very important basis and foundation for having a great real estate business, either as a single agent or a team or to grow your business. So these are very, very important things to always keep in mind. So the 3 L's are leads, listings, and leverage. So I'm going to go over, a general idea of all 3, but I could go on for hours and hours about each of these 3 things. And also my take on it of being in the business 28 years is that Gary does a great job of explaining that, his take in the book. It's great information, great things. He spends a lot of time on building and hiring help and building a team. But what I'm going to take it is that and explain to you my take on it and how you could implement it to yourself, even if you're not even at that point where you're even thinking about building a team or hiring some help, because you kind of have to walk before you run, so to say. And also leads, listings, and leverage, in my very honest opinion, is so individualized per agent, and how you interact with these 3 things and how you incorporate these things and how do you do these daily with your business. It's so personal. So with coaching so many agents and seeing hundreds and hundreds of agents in and out of real estate and seeing hundreds of agents, some doing really well and successful and some not so well, or not so well in the aspect of they're not hitting their goals. Let me be very clear on that. When I say not doing well, if you ever hear those words come out of my mouth or any of these videos, not doing well means you're not hitting your goals. It's not a number. It's not a dollar amount. You don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. You don't have to be a millionaire or have a team and sell 200 houses a year to be successful. Your success is you're hitting your goals and what you want to do. So just be clear on that. And that's why I'm going to kind of go over a little bit in general about leads, listings, and leverage. So leads, you need them. They're very important. They should be on top of your mind every day when you wake up. What am I going to do for leads and get leads? And this is what's individualized, and this is the way, please think about this. And this is like the 2-minute pitch I give any brand new agent. I talk to many agents every day that are in classes, going to get their license, and they ask about leads and how to build their business. And many of you may have even heard this from me several times, is that getting leads to me is of course the most important thing. Any problem that you have in real estate not hitting your goals could be corrected with more leads. The more leads you have, the better. Now, and if you ever get to that point of having too many leads, now the time is, again, that's the next level. When you get to the point of having too many leads, that's when you delegate. That's when you weed out. That's when you really organize and become a rainmaker. The term rainmaker, if you've heard that before, is you want to be the rainmaker. The rainmaker is the one that brings the rain, the one that brings the leads, brings in the business, the salesperson that brings in. Whoever controls and brings in the leads is in control of the business. That's my opinion. Whoever controls the leads. So as you grow your business, if you get to the point where you're growing a team or you have so many leads and you're delegating out leads to other people, whoever controls the leads, whoever's the one that brings in the most leads in the business controls the business. That's the most important person in the business, and it can't be replaced. Again, my opinion, my experience, there's many takes on that. So leads, every day you should feel ways to get leads. Now this is where you have to sit and think and coach yourself on how to get leads that's easy for you. You're already in your personality, already in your day-to-day life, in the way you network with people. If you are a hermit and sit at home and don't talk to anybody and hate talking to people, hate networking and hate going to social events, hate doing that, that's going to be very, very difficult for you. But I meet so many agents that are already out there in front of people and get business with the leads just come in because they're already in these things. So I'm going to give you a couple examples to think about what I tell agents. Example, the first thing I do when I talk to an agent about coaching and what they're going to do to generate leads, I learn about them. So learn about yourself. It sounds funny, but learn about yourself. Sit there and write down all the things that you do daily, weekly, monthly, that you interact with other people. What do? Do you every day? Let's say you have another job. You go 9 to 5. You're doing this part-time to start. How do you interact with those people? How many people do you talk to? How often do you see them? Is it different people? Is it, start writing all those people down. Just after work, do you have friends that you talk to? Do you meet certain people once a month, once a week? Do you get involved with your church? Do you volunteer? Do you go to are you part of the PTA? Do you have a dog? Do you go to the dog park? Do you go to dog classes? Do you have cats and you're on a cat website and you're talking to all cat people? I'm just running off different ideas. Anything that you're interacting with other people, that's step one. Write all those things down. Write them down just as much as possible. Then the next list is writing down all the things that you would like to get involved. What you like? What are the things that you like? They're like, wow, I need to really get in front of more people on a weekly basis, monthly basis. What do I like to do? Well, my hobby is X or this or that. I'm going to find some people to network with that. Example is when my sons, my two oldest children are boys. Tony's 21, Tommy's 19. I used to always help coach their team. I always say help coach. It was never the head coach of any of their teams because too much responsibility in real estate. I can't be out there on my phone trying to help coach their teams, head coach their teams. So I always helped. What helped mean I knew what I was going to do every time I helped. I was going to help organize the practices, talk to the parents, keep them updated about what's going on with the practices, how interact with the parents, saying at the end of the day, of course, sorry, disclaimer in here, I'm giving you a little secrets. And anybody's watching this, I used to be a parent of any of the kids I was coaching, you're going to hear some business things in here. So I love to do it. I loved helping the kids in baseball and basketball and soccer and football, everything I could get involved with, I would do it and get involved with the parents. At the end of the day, text them, email them how their son was doing, how the practices are going, update them where the new things are. Always in my email and always in my text had my signature on everything. Tony Geraci, Realtor, Central Twin and HomeStar, my number, all of that. And just being organized, knowing I can communicate with people subliminally or subconsciously, putting in my signature and all of that every year, 3 to 4 transactions a year just from helping coach. I got to spend time with my sons. I got to help the team and got 3 to 4 transactions every year just based on the parents and got referrals. I probably didn't even, if I look back, I didn't even keep track of that. Some parents gave me referrals from other people. So that's one example of something you could do with your children if you could get involved. So anything you're doing, it's not selfish to think of how you could work business in there a little bit. You're not out there passing out cards and getting in people's faces. You could and making it 100% obvious of what you're doing. But if you're doing something you love, which I love to help coach and get there, every other day or a couple times a week and help the kids and organize them. And again, it was also spending time with my own children and then also incorporate business into it. So that's my example of what number one example I give to agents is find out a way to get involved, volunteer, how to organize people, how to communicate with them, put your signature in there, and then they're going to go, oh, by the way, you're a realtor? I didn't know that. Or oh yeah, it reminds me, we're looking for a house or we're going to sell a house. That's just one of many ideas you can for leads. Also, you should always think of yourself, your number one job as a realtor is to be a lead generating machine. Lead generating machine. That's what you got to think about all the time. How am I going to get more leads? So many agents have that up and down roller coaster of business. They're like, oh, I got 1, 2, 3 buyers and they're up here. And then all of a sudden they find houses and they sell and they go down. Or 3 or 4 listings, they all sell and then they have no incoming business and up and down. So you should always think of yourself as a lead generating machine until you have, unless, this simple thing to think about. Unless you are giving away leads to other agents because you can't handle them because you have too many buyers look at the same time, or you have too many listing appointments to go on, you're not growing enough, or unless you want to get to that next level of number of sales. You could be completely happy. But if you only work with just enough people that you have time with, you're not generating enough leads. And don't be selfish with those leads. What I mean by that, don't be selfish. Hold them on to them, and then you'll lose them. What I mean by that, like you say, you had 3 buyers. I'll say, let's go look at houses this weekend, and you don't have time, and you try to push them off. I've heard this a million times. I'm like, well, how about Monday night? How about Tuesday night? Guess what? They're going out that weekend with or without you, and they might find a house. Don't try to get the whole pie. Again, 3 halves of a pie is more than a whole pie. So what you want to do is you get so many leads, delegate. Now I'm going to jump ahead to leverage. This is where you leverage your office, you leverage your company, and the other agents in the office, your broker, your manager, your team leader. This is where you leverage those assets you have in a company that has many agents or a team leader or a manager or broker that's involved that will help you delegate. I do that almost every day. Agent says, okay, I'm on the way east side of Cleveland. I got a lead on the way west side of Cleveland. I got a lead here. I got a referral. Every day here in our office with so many agents we're help delegating referrals, other side of town, don't have time, which is great. That means I know that some of our agents have more leads than they know what to do with. So always think of that. If you don't have enough leads, that you can't do them all yourself, you're not generating enough leads. Kind of goes with the same thing I said in the past with other videos, is that if you don't have a written data or a database of people and you're not taking notes of every time you talk to them, and you're trying to remember every person you have in your database and everything you ever talked about, you don't have enough people in your database if you're trying to remember everything. So that's leads, but please, before I get to the end of this, if you need help, you want to go over ideas on how to incorporate this, because if it's easy, like again, coaching my sons, that's easy. I love doing it. I already was doing it. If you're trying to do something you don't like to do or get involved with or network, it's never going to last. So try to do things that you're already doing or things that you're going to like, and be in front of other people and network and get business in that. Listings is the number 2 L. That's very easy. It's basically list or die. That's really about it. Either one, you are a rainmaker lead generation machine and you're giving out buyer leads to other agents. That's great, but that's a lot of work. But listings are the number 1 thing that keeps successful agents. Success is all relative, but those agents at that high level of number of sales and volume, listings is where it's at. You could have 30 listings and you can't personally run 30 buyers around. So with buyers, again, you have to delegate, give a percentage of commission to other people. With listings, you could really handle a lot more listings yourself. But there's so many agents that just like more buyers than listings because they're easier, they're free, they're using us for free. That's totally understandable. You could still be a successful agent and be a buyer's agent and be a lead generation machine with buyers. But listings, really focus on listings. Now, getting listings, that's where, there's so many levels with that. But the one thing is that you have to make sure that when you have listings, that any leads that are coming from, you're on top of those leads either through the internet and or calls from signs. There's so many different ways to use that listing to get more business. I could go on for hours about how listings could get you more business. I'll just go through a couple of quick things here. You have a listing. Why are you selling it within a day? I mean, I have so many agents that do this, and I see it, and it's my opinion. My disclaimer is I see people selling houses in a day. I don't understand it. We'll never understand it. It's kind of like an auction. You have an auction on a property, just as an auction or on anything. You don't take the first bid. Who does that? I don't understand that. So if you have someone coming in today, I would explain to your seller, listen, please, let's wait a week. Let's wait a few days. I mean, every situation is different, but let's see how many buyers we could get out of this and get a multiple offer situation and get your highest and best price. I had one of my neighbors sell his house. I'm sorry to say, for sale by owner. Saw that neighbor, said, what are you doing? And he was so happy he sold his house in a day to the first person. I go, hey, I just want to let you know, I probably could have got you a lot more. Well, I got my sale price. I'm happy. Well, how do you know you got the highest price? Well, that was what I was offering. That's we've been in these kind of conversations with people before. So what I suggest to a seller or our agents with listings, I will coach you on how to get more leads. Give it some time. Give it a few days to get some leads in from sign calls, from have an open house, go door to door in the open house, inviting people to the open house, send out flyers and inviting the neighbors to invite the friends, relatives to come see this house. They might have someone. Leverage your listings to get leads. If you sell them in a day, it's hard to get leads. So I'm just using that as an example. If you need help and ideas with that, I will help you with that. So that's listings. I mean, just in general, there's so many different ways, but think about getting listings. Have a good listing presentation. If you're a Century 21 HomeStar agent, we have great, beautiful, customized listing presentations and videos and slideshows and things that you can use to create a great listing presentation to get it. And we're here in the office happy to coach you. Myself, love coaching agents on a great listing presentation. So if you're not from Century 21, meet with your manager, your team leader, somebody. Leverage, that's the next level. Leverage your office to train you, teach you, coach you on what a good listing presentation is. So next is the last L is leverage. So leverage, to me, in a lot of the book, Gary Keller talks about leveraging people, building a team, hiring assistants, hiring buyer's agents. Lots and lots of great information when you're ready for that. So today I'm going to just talk about more about towards the newer agents, the agents about to build their business. You're not going to hire an assistant tomorrow. You don't have enough leads right now to hire a buyer's agent. You don't need a elaborate lead management system because you don't have a lot of leads coming in. You don't have 20 listings and all of these leads coming in from different lead sources, and you need a system to delegate where the listing leads go. There's I know this about most agents, 80% or more agents don't even know of some of the things that are out there because they can't even imagine having, oh my gosh, I get 20, 30 leads a day through the internet from my listings. I need to delegate those out to other agents because they need to be called today before they call someone else. I need to manage that and figure out how to follow up with my buyer's agents to make sure they're making those calls and following up with people. So I'm kind of speeding through that, but that's kind of a whole nother level, and I'm happy. And if you want to read the book, it has a lot of good information on that. But I'm going to go over leveraging the things you can as a new agent. Leverage your brand. Your brand as a new agent. Again, there's lots of opinions, lots of ways people view real estate, of what company you should go to, what independent, a brand, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to go over brand in general. I always suggest to new agents or agents looking to grow their business or agents that are not hit the level where they're their own brand, where they have hundreds and hundreds of past clients. They've been in business for years. People know them over the the company they are with. Sometimes when you're newer or ready to build, you need something else to add to it. A brand name, Century 21, all the other ones, anything that you see as a consumer out there in your market, because some brands are big in some markets and they're not in other markets, but the brand helps you build your business, because there's a reason why companies are brands. There's people why there's brands in every type of business and that. So leverage your brand to get your business. You leverage that marketing, leverage that stability. So when you're out there marketing yourself, I'm with, again, I'm using Century 21. I'm with Century 21, Century 21 HomeStar. Century 21 has been around 50 years. Century 21 HomeStar, over 22 years, been in business. Broker's been in business 28 years. We have all the knowledge and tools and technology and systems to help our clients with anything that they need. We have offices in 84 countries and over 11,000 offices and agents, or hundreds of thousands of agents across the world. So leverage your company. So if you're with a regional company, a brand, you're with an office that's a big office in a certain area, leverage them in with your marketing on that. So you could use your office, leverage the tools that you have. Make sure you have your office. If you have a free office website, make sure you have a website. Not that you have to have that to be successful. I mean, it's definitely, I think it's one of the number one things you should have, but make sure you have a website where people can find you. Here, to all my Century 21 HomeStar agents, we have free websites that are enhanced on Google. So any of our agents, when someone types in your name and Century 21 in Google, it pops up first, second, or third. They're going to find you. You want to be able to make sure people could find you if they don't have your business card or don't remember you. So leverage those types of tools that you have with your office to help you. And then another tool could be your contact management system. Every major office and brand has some type of system for their office. Leverage that, use it. So I'm using the term leverage as use. You have tools, use them, and leverage those. Use the experience of your broker, manager, team leader, whoever. Set times up with them to discuss how to build your business. Talk to the people that have done it before, that have been in the business a while, the people that have been there and are doing it. So I've seen so many agents, like example, it's always talk to really a lot of agents, but sometimes they're talking to agents that are friendly with, but they're only talking to the same people all the time. You got to spread that around. Talk to other people. Talk and use your office management, use your office support. Leverage the people that are there to help you get business or figure out what's the best way to get leads, get listings. Do a coaching seminar with your office or your broker or your manager. Leverage the things that you have. Use the things that you have. And the number one thing is knowledge, is experience, and find that. If you have that in your office already, use it. Take advantage of it. I'm sure there's people, especially in our office here, myself, we're happy to schedule time with any of our agents to talk with you, coach you once a week, put you in show you what classes are in our university are great. Also, any major company usually has an online university of live classes, virtual classes. So any major brand has that. If you haven't been in their learning systems or in their university, get in there. There's a class, take a class, learn something, leverage the free classes and the free information that you have. So that's basically all it's about 25 minutes now. I don't want to keep you too long. So leads, listings, leverage, and work on those three things. Think about those three things. And remember, use me as a resource if you want to schedule time to talk with me, kind of how to implement these kind of three things that's easiest for you, that you enjoy the most, that's convenient for you. I'd be happy to do that with any agents. You don't have to be just with Century 21. I love doing that. It's what I love about what I do every day. So that's it. Have a great Thursday. And tomorrow the topic is the 8 goal categories of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. So 8 goal categories. That's what we're going to go over tomorrow on Friday. So that's it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.